Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I know it's been a very long time since I posted on my YouTube channel. Okay guys, I've not been around. Okay, I've been away and now I am back, right? So in this video guys, I'm going to be making a very simple vegetable amala swallow. I call it amala swallow, vegetable amala swallow, because it is a low carb swallow, you know, that you can use to eat any soup of your choice. It's just made with 3 ingredients. That's water, this is eggplant, and the binder I'm going to be using today is Psyllium husk. Okay, so guys, let's jump right into the video. So guys, I'll proceed with cutting the eggplant into sizable bits to aid the blending process. Okay, I just discovered that this eggplant is actually going bad inside, so I'm going to be cutting off the bad parts, and chopping the other parts into bits to enable my blender blend them into a very fine paste. So guys, at this point I'm done with the cutting. So I have also washed the eggplant, and right now I am going to be transferring into my blender to blend. So guys, I'm transferring the eggplants into my blender so that I can blend them into a very fine paste, and I'm adding some amount of water. Please note, you have to be careful with the amount of water you add to your eggplant so that it doesn't give you hard time to sieve after blending. So I'm going to be blending. As you can see, that's the level of the water I added to the blender. It's just to aid my blender blades, to process the eggplant. So I am going to be blending away. Ensure to blend into a very fine paste. Because I am using a high-speed blender, this is NutriBullet. It's a very very strong blender. It's crushed all the seed, the bark, everything. You see the end result at the end of this blending. You see how smooth it came out. So if you have a high-speed blender, you can also use it. I started off with the low button and I upgraded to the medium button and then the high. At some point I was interchanging between high and medium just to ensure that the eggplant is blended into a very smooth paste. Okay, also guys, I would like to let you know that there are 2 ways of making this vegetable swallow. The first one is you can decide to boil or pre-boil the eggplant after cutting them into bits, but just boil for like 10 minutes and then transfer into your blender and blend. But why I prefer this second method is that the first one tends to be softer than this second method after boiling and transferring into your blender. If your blender is not a high-speed blender, or if your blender has difficulty in moving the blades, you will be required to add water, thereby making the paste watery. And when you now make it into your fufu, when you add your Psyllium husk, it becomes soft, and then you require to allow it to cool down for some time before you start eating. But this particular method, once you're done blending, this second method, once you're done blending, just transfer it into a sieve, allow it to drain out all the excess water in it, and then transfer directly into your pot and let it heat up a little, maybe 2 minutes on the stove or on your gas cooker. Then you add in your Psyllium husk. This particular method makes the swallow very how do I put it now, very firm, unlike the first one. And that first one can also damage your blender, depending on the kind of blender that you have. So guys, I'm done blending, so I'm going to be transferring into this sieve. This is the type of sieve I'm going to be using. This is the type, if you have your chia cloth, you can also use it. This is the one we have. We use it to sieve everything, and it has these very tiny holes in it, so it will not waste my eggplant. And this is the texture that I have. As you can see, it's a very fine paste. So I'm transferring into the sieve now to drain off excess water, to also aid the cooking time and process, because if you transfer directly into your pot, it's going to waste your gas. At this point, I added some water to take out the remaining ones from the blender, and I stirred it to aid the water draining off the sieve. And this is the water, the excess water that came out of it. As you can see, the paste is becoming thicker, and I'll be transferring into this pot. So guys, this is the eggplant paste or pulp. So I had to store it in the freezer because I wasn't ready to eat it the night before. So as you can see, it's a bit frozen, is iced, so I had to put it on the cooker to defrost, or to heat it up a little. It's frozen underneath. So this is what it looks like. So I'll be heating it up for like 2 minutes before proceeding with the fufu preparation proper. Okay guys, so this is the measuring spoon I use. This is a tablespoon. I measured out 1.5 tablespoon. That is what I'm going to be starting off with, then see how it goes, then decide if I'm going to be adding more or the remaining half. So I'm going to be using total of 2 tablespoons, and this is what the Psyllium husk looks like. It has this rough texture. This, I think it depends on the brand you're using. Some other brands are finer in texture. That's how it looks like. And as you all know, it's a plant-based binder. All right, so let's start with the making of the vegetable amala. So guys, this has been boiling for some minutes, for about 2 minutes. So I'm checking it now to ensure that it has defrosted, and yes, it has actually defrosted. So I'm just stirring to combine before introducing the binder, which is Psyllium husk. So guys, this is how it looks. As you can see, the water also has reduced as well. So at this point, I added the Psyllium husk. I decided to spread it out and gradually combined it to ensure that every part of the eggplant has Psyllium husk, and also to ensure that the Psyllium husk does not form lumps in the pulp. So I'm stirring to combine. You just stir and stir and stir away, guys. So at this point, this texture is not giving. The texture is not giving. I decided to add extra half, the remaining half. I told you from the beginning that I was going to be using 2 tablespoons, so I added the remaining half tablespoon to it, and that is all I'll be using. So I used a total of 2 tablespoons altogether to make the amala, vegetable amala. So I'm stirring to combine, and at this point I covered it. I did not add any water to it. I just covered it to steam and reduced the heat, so that the heat cooks up the vegetable swallow and also activates the binder. So as you can see, guys, look at the texture. Who can tell me that this is not amala? Guys, this is one of my favorite vegetable swallows. Like, when I'm eating it, I like the taste, the texture is just same as amala. I don't have any issues that, oh, this is not amala. I enjoy it, and this is the outcome. I decided to wrap it up with a plastic film, and guys, this is the final results. You can decide to pair it with any soup of your choice. You can decide to pair it with a wedu, begiri, your omi obe, egusi, okra, ogbono, right? I am not going to be eating it now. That's why I wrapped it in nylon. You can use a clean film or a plastic wrap to wrap it, just to prevent it from drying out. So guys, this is what it looks like. So fluffy and very, very smooth. This is what I'll be having for lunch at work when it's time for lunch. I'll be pairing it with soup I got from my freezer. So guys, this is the final result. Guys, this is the soup I'll be pairing it with. It's frozen, it's been in the freezer, so this is what I'll be having for lunch today. So please try out this recipe and let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you very much, guys, for staying tuned, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Bye for now.